You rather do a whole damn video, you know what I'm saying, and speak on other brothers because you don't want to address them to really see the entire matter and accept the entire matter. You hear us say one thing that the mark of the beast is spiritual, and you run off with that. Well, brother, can we at least show through the precepts why we're saying that? Are you going to allow us to do that? Or are you just going to say that if we teach that the mark of the beast is spiritual, right, that we're all set for damnation and we're going to end up being killed? Because that's what these brothers say. That's what this certain campus says. Well, that's madness, man. You wishing death upon your own brother, right? That's doing the work, man. Thus said the Lord, right? Now, it says poor. You have to literally, surgically, have a surgery to have the chip implemented in your right hand and in your forehead. Do you think that?
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakodash, giving double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect, and shalom to all the brothers out here laboring in this truth with sincerity. And it's your brother Radah just coming back with another lesson. I'm sure, you know, a lot of brothers have seen this video by now. You know, it was shared with me by the brother Shapat. And the water for that, brother. But it's just going into the madness of these other camps, man. You know, talking about the mark of the beast is spiritual, you know, when clearly you could just simply look up the words, you know, just go into the words and it's right there plain as day. But, you know, these guys have absolutely no understanding, man. So let's get it, man. Let's see. We'll go to the book of Revelation, you know, and it's something that has been broken down many a times, you know, by the elders, apostles, various brothers, man. And, you know, it seems to be like it would be elementary, but, you know, it's not, man. You know, Yahweh Shem Shai has blinded these people. All right, it's the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And before we even go into the word mark, you know, we see where this thing is going. You know, we see that it's going to a cashless society. We see Elon Musk, you know, developing the brain chip, you know, and he says he was going to roll it out within the next 6 months, but that's probably been 2 months ago. So we see these things taking place and we see them, you know, prophecy unfolding. So, you know, it's no excuse for these guys not to know what's going on, man. You know, it's just has to be the fact that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has them blinded. And, you know, a lot of it is rebellion, you know. They refuse to be wrong, and they're leading their flock astray. So we'll go into the word mark.
Strong's G 5480, Charagma. Charagma.
As you heard it. And it says a scratch or etching, stamp, a badge of servitude, a sculptured figure, graven mark. A badge of servitude, man. That's what the elites are heading for, you know, and we know this is a physical graven mark. Which, man, these things should be just plain, but it's not to these other camps. And this is a root word.
Strong's G 5482. Charax. Charax.
And we see it says to sharpen to a point through the idea of scratching a stake, by implication, a palisade or rampart. And it was one that said a pale, right here, a pale or stake. And we all know what the end of a needle, syringe looks like. It looks like a pail or a stake, And this is just something that's just so simple, man. We've seen the videos of the people in Sweden actually getting the chip implanted, the mark implanted, and it's not a big deal. 2 seconds. They say, oh, it's a little pinch, and I'm done. Just put a Band-Aid on it, and it's in there. And this guy said you got to have a whole surgery to get it. I mean, that's just absurd, man. So we'll go back to the video.
That he saw us giving out free surgery. If everybody here in America, man, is forced to take this chip, do you know this place is overly populated? So you're telling me that there's going to be billions and billions of surgeries and procedures that are done where they're going to cut open, right, put the chip in there and sew it back up. Rich or poor.
This guy is leaning on his own understanding and not making any sense at all. When they rolled out that jump shot, it wasn't a big deal. This is an investment to them. This is an investment to the elite. They're not concerned about cost. They on a mission. They have a mission to accomplish, and it's not about cost. It wasn't about cost when it came to the jump shot. They had several Salakia for that call come in. It's just just throw everything off, man. Salakia for that. Try to pick up where I left off, man. But anyway, yeah, this is an investment to the elites, man. This is not a major problem, so to speak, for them. And this guy going into, you got to have all kind of surgeries and do this, and we've seen the videos of how simple it is to put this mark or to put this chip in your hand. It's simple, just get the needle, stick it in your hand and put it in and put a Band-Aid on it and you're good to go, So they're not making this so hard and so expensive for everybody to get like this guy going into, which is complete madness. So let's continue on.
I'm pretty sure they're going to lose a lot of money if they force that on everybody. Because poor people, right, they're going to charge for these things. Poor people is not going to have the money to get some type of surgery like that. Because you're going to see that this is going to the spiritual. Again, I'm not saying that the chip doesn't exist. It exists. I'm not saying that it's not going to be used, right, for control, for population control. But it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. So right now, the mark of the beast right now is spiritual for right now. It's all over the place, man. Because if you don't...
This guy is not making any sense at all. He said the mark of the beast is already here. The mark of the beast is already here right now. This guy's, what is he talking about?
Get your spirit right in these last days, you're going to fall victim to when they turn it into a physical mark. But brothers don't understand that, man. And we're going to show through thy precepts. Give me Sirach chapter 27, verse 1. Read all the way to 2. Give me Revelation chapter 18, verse 23. Sirach chapter 27, verse 1. Bring it out. Many have sinned. Many have what? Many have sinned. Right, I'll read that one more time. Many have what? Many have sinned. For a small matter. For a small matter. Hold that. Many have sinned for a small matter, including us as Israelites, man. Right? You sin, right, when you sitting there saying that brothers that teach that the mark of the beast is spiritual are going to end up being killed and they're not going to make the kingdom. That's just, you're sinning for a small matter, man. You're being over righteous for a small matter that can be addressed one-on-one by exhorting Matthew 18 and 15, going through thy precepts to see the matter. And guess what? When you do that, man, hey, you still may not agree with each other. But Amos 3 and 3 says, right, can two walk together except they be agreed?
Man, you know, these guys are leading people astray. And this is why no matter what you may think of a certain group or certain people within a group, you have to do your own research and study. You have to study to show thyself approved. You know, don't just take people's word for it, man. And if you knew, you know, the truth, you'll know this guy was clearly going off. Nothing he's saying is making sense. He's saying that the mark of the beast is already here, is already implemented, and it's spiritual. And I think he's gonna go on to say that it's sin.
So just because your camp teaches that and we teach a different thing, right? That was set up from the beginning, that we weren't supposed to walk together amongst said, right? They contradicted their own self, right? You brothers contradicted your own self by saying that the mark of the beast, they said that the mark of the beast is physical. Okay, it's the RFDI chip. What? They said that the mark of the beast is not sin. Interesting, right? That's why I'm not including Sakari in this. Right? Because Sakari's not walking around talking about that the mark of the beast is not sin. How is it that the mark of the beast is not sin?
Okay,
right?
That's the point that I want to get to. He's saying the mark of the beast is sin. So if that's the case, everybody walking the face of the earth right now has the mark of the beast. But we're all able to still buy, and we're all able to still sell. So this guy's talking nonsense. And, you know, man, you know, the water for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, putting the spirit on the apostles and elders of Great Millstone to bring this out, man, you know, because, you know, the water Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that we're not caught up in these other groups out here, man, that's teaching this nonsense. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 20. It says, "For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not." So if that's the case, everybody walking the face of the earth has the mark of the beast right now, according to this guy, which is complete nonsense, man. So, you know, he's saying the mark is spiritual, and it's the mark of the beast is sin. So according to this scripture right here, we all had a mark of the beast. So we all should be walking around starving, you know, not able to work, not able to eat. Hey man, this is just complete madness, man. So we'll go, you know, contrary to what this guy's saying, the actual spiritual mark, you know, and this is the mark that we all should be striving for, you know. The mark that this guy is going to take is the mark contained within Revelation 13 and 16. That's the mark he's going to take, you know. This is the mark that we want, you know. This is the mark that we're striving for right here. It says, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And hey, these are gonna be the men. You know, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. And these are the men that's on the highways and hedges, you know, being sincere about what they're doing, and will be speaking the same thing, man. You know, not going contrary, not being in their feelings, holding a grudge, you know, not prophesying as we were instructed to do. You know, these guys, hey, they won't receive that mark. And, you know, Lord willing, I'm one of those men. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Once again, it's a people before it's a place. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that's the elect, basically. Bottom line, it's going to be the elect that's going to receive this mark. So let's go into this word, mark. Salaki. This is the actual spiritual mark, you know, which the elect is going to receive. This is and it's not sin either.
Strong's H8420. Tav. Tav.
Okay, they say tav, but we know it to be thawah. You know, it says mark, a mark, by implication, a signature, desire mark, a mark, desire mark, mark, a sign of exemption from judgment. This is the actual mark that we are striving for. This is the spiritual mark right here, man. You know, not sin, not the mark of the beast. It's the mark of exemption from judgment. And this is and we can take a look at it right here, man. You know, we get a better look at it as we see the wah, you know, and we read it from right to left. As you see the X or the cross, that's tha, wah, and it says, join two things together on the ship and the last. And we see it right there, you know. And we know if we receive this mark, you're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, you know. And then, you know, we go to, as you see, it look like the Y, Wa, and it says a hook joined together, making secure, becoming bond. So this is the mark that we are striving for, you know. Not, you know, it's just dispelling or debunking this nonsense that this guy is talking about, man. Just it's simple, man, you know. But it's all the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to have these other camps out here blinded, man, you know. This is the actual spiritual mark right here. So let's get one more and basically describing, you know, what's wrong with these guys and why they don't get it, why they can't get it, why they can't receive it. Of course, they've been taught that way, but, you know, it's a bigger deal. You know, it's Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 44 and verse 18. It says, they have not known nor understood, for he hath shut their eyes, speaking of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that they cannot see, and their hearts that they cannot understand. So this is basically You know, what's wrong with these guys, man? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has put it upon their spirit to be blinded. And you know, eventually, you know, if they're the elect, they will receive it. You know, like I say, Lord willing, I'm one of those men. You know, as we see, you know, people bugging out left and right these days. But, you know, Lord willing, us, you know, me, as well as the rest of the sincere brothers out here, man, will endure until the end and receive that actual spiritual mark, that Thawah, so we can get up out of here, man. And, you know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua won't bring that judgment upon us. And Salakia, you know, feeling a little under the weather, you know. But Lord willing, somebody was edified by this lesson. And, you know, we want to constantly always give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rekakwadash. Shalom.